North Hall, it says right here. There's a botany survey course you say is full that I've got to have.
Child, they got atomic reactor in there that's leaking like gravy through grits. Radioactive slime on the walls, no kidding. Skin will turn blue so you'll have swamp grass rolling out your organs. That's Downworth Hall, it sure is. The one with the guard dogs and the electrified fences. Where are you from anyway, darling?
Sally Sparrow, New York City.
Mike to J. Clemenham, Big Zit.
The last name's Big Sis?
No, honey, Big Zit. That's my hometown. Football team's called the Big Zit Poppers. Won state and age. Called ourselves the biggest little pimple in West Texas.
Very colorful.
So what's your sport, little bit?
My sport? Do you mean, do I play games?
You're at SMU, baby girl. Ain't you got the athletic code booklet? It's the blue one.
Well,
You ain't signed up for a sport. You gotta work 6 hours a week on beautification squad. And you gotta display a handicap bumper sticker on your car at all times.
what on earth is the beautification squad?
Dumb stuff. Like painting the dirt spots green, patching the plastic vines to the buildings, getting the gators and the moccasins out of the exposed shore. You know, make work.
There are water moccasins on this campus?
No, honey, not here. Just up by the doors. Now, listen here. I'm going to give you a little hint. You ain't signed up for a sport yet. I'll tap you onto lacrosse or mud wrestling. Now, see, cross no hassle. Just run around and let people hit you with sticks. Of course, if you're looking to meet boys, well then, mud wrestling's your act. Everybody strips right down to their undies and gets to know each other right quick. No, ain't a heck of a lot different than watching a triple feature at a drive-in.
I play tennis.
That is not a sport. Athletic code booklet says that a sport involves trying to terminate someone else's body with extreme prejudice and getting points.
That wasn't in the handbook they sent me.
Jiminy Christmas, sweetheart. They have a $173 million deficit. They ain't gonna tell you the good news before you get signed up. Thank the Lord I'm graduating, because this glued together school ain't gonna last long, especially with party time crash credits like this. They are not gonna be transferable. So what's your sport?
I'm studying drama. They have one of the best drama schools in the country.
Yeah, they used to. At least before the Holy Rollers got into them. Didn't like women appearing on the stage. They're doing some play about some man sleeping with his mama.
Oedipus Rex?
Might be. Well, anyway, a bunch of fundamentalist fireballs come right in on stage, and tires and feathers are two of them.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that tar out of your hairdo. Kind of stains the skin, too. Got them so dark, matter of fact, they got beat up a couple of times coming out of the lights on the restrooms.
The campus isn't integrated?
Well, we let him breathe the same air, but that's about it.
What are you doing out in the daylight, Delbert? I thought you and your mama would be knitting some socialist race mixture of cement overcoat.
Nah, I come out to lay some rubber, drink some brew, set up some new northern chitlets for my Rebel Yell dating service.
Delbert Red Baber here, Babcock, this here's sweet little Salisbury from big old New York City.
You a nice looking northern chicklet. Get you a nice slow cut dress and you'd be easy on the eyes.
Oh, really?
I've been to New York once with my high school band. I ought to give all those Yankees up there an Orange Lamb Road about 1,000 miles downwind so the rest of us don't have to smell it.
Listen!
Sally, here's just a little lost freshman shit.
You got yourself a senior for Slave Week yet?
Slave week?
Aw, it ain't bad. Just do a little hand washing, light cooking, shoe shining, pedicure and manicure for the senior male of your choice.
You are the most tasteless, rudest, bigoted, chauvinist Philistine I've ever met in my life.
Well, it's right nice of you to say so, but I already got me 2 or 3 slaves.
This may be lost on the two of you, but this is an educational institution of higher learning. I came here to train to be a professional actress, not to involve myself in sadism, sexism, and whatever else you two think passes for college life around here.
You know, Magda, just nothing turns me on like when one of those little northern chiclets get all hot and tasty. Why don't you get yourself some nice tight jeans and take in a cross burning with me tonight?
My father is a criminal attorney, and if I ever so much to see you anywhere near me ever again, he will fly down here and slap you in the slammer for so long you'll get out looking like Jefferson Davis. I thought this was a university, but it's very apparently a non-fence reservation for radical weirdos, and I'm going back to my dorm and pack.
Watch out for them water moccasins, darling.
Be by to get you about it. Just come out when I honk. She was the best. She was the best.
Oh, my father's a criminal attorney. Oh, my stomach.
You were wonderful.
Me! You won my Slime Ball of the Month award. You look like singles night at the Dewdrop Inn.
My, I love freshman orientation.
Were we ever that naive?
Well, you know, the East, they still think Texas is all ranches and rodeos.
I think she'll be a little embarrassed when she figures it out.
A fool sees a wise man in the mirror. Or in the words of the immortal Barnum, there's a sucker born every minute, and it couldn't possibly be me.
Is that one over there?
The tall blind guy with the alligator shirt?
He's got his canvas map up. You, darling! You all need a little tender loving help?
You looking for the ROTC?
Get your tuchus over here, baby. We'll get you straightened out.
And life begins.
Now I think. What's that street?
Who knows? Whatever it is, it's bound to be unpronounceable.
Urtasov? It's Urtasov. Now I get it. Straight down here will gets us to the Don Bob.
It looks like a jay. Is that possible? Does Hungary have blue jays?
I don't believe it. We've been walking for 9 hours. My brains are mush. My feet are worn off at the ankle, and you are bird watching.
Europe isn't all churches and palaces, Teresa.
Right. Where's Peppy?
Yakking with that guy back there?
She really oughtn't do that.
Do what?
Pick up strange men.
Margot, all men are strange here. If she wants to talk to a man, she has to talk to a strange one.
Is that guy Hungarian?
Well, he's got a strange accent. He's either from here or Chicago.
Hey, Peppy, come on, we gotta get going.
Just a sec. Rest break. Oh, I want to give my feet a chance to grow back.
Look, it's still a hike to the bamboo, and we have to find a place to crash.
I want to see the house where Aguirre Semmelweis was born.
What did he do?
Discovered the cause of childbed fever.
Margot, you are queen of the weirds.
Listen, Budapest does in fact have tourist hotels. The most interesting one is the Cita, a rebuilt fortress.
Stephanie, you promised me no more dormitories. The sheets aren't clean. There are fleas, and there's always some Australian playing Eddie Rabbit songs on his guitar all night long.
If we stay in the dorms, we'll have enough bucks for 3 months. Otherwise, we won't last 8 weeks.
I want a real bed, a real lamp, and a real hanger. I would rather spend 6 civilized weeks that are unforgettable than 3 months in your version of the gulags, eating whatever bugs and vermin we can catch in ourselves.
We agreed we could make it on $15 a day apiece.
That was a 1953 guidebook. It thought India was still a British colony.
Allow me to make my point clear. Tonight I'm checking into the Budapest Hilton. I will take a shower and I will put on a dress. You remember dresses. Then I'll eat by candlelight listening to gypsy violinists. In the morning, I will have 10 or 12 scrambled eggs and have a cup of coffee. I don't have to strain through my teeth. And then I'll meet you in time for the Danube boat tour.
Hi, everybody. This is Lajos. Lajos, this is everybody.
We have names, actually. I'm Margot.
Many pleases.
Many pleases?
Lajos has just been fabulous. We've been having a great time, and he speaks great English.
The flower is in the pot. Mr. Brown is out of town. Sally can hide the pony. My pencil is clean.
Great, huh? He says I can stay at his house. What? Well, it's ultimate European travel, right? I've been invited into his home to dinner.
Not to dinner, for dinner.
A rolling stone doth gather few moss.
Oh, the Rolling Stones.
Peppy, your sainted mother said if I let you out of my sight, she'd put me on a stretcher rack and leave you there for 3 years.
Calm down, Stephanie. She's an ocean away. How will she ever find out?
You know your mother. She'll be able to tell the minute we step off the plane.
Well, she won't be able to tell if you can learn to make yourself not look so guilty. I'll see you guys in the morning.
Hold it. The whole idea of this trip was to travel together. Am I right? Pool money, safety in numbers, share experiences. So what's going on here?
Revolt of the prom queens.
Your ability to find humor in all situations is really beginning to annoy me.
You are having a very positive chest.
Frankly, that's the nicest thing anyone said to me since I got off the plane.
Lajos.
You talking?
Yes, I'm talking. We all together. We all stay, same place.
Stephanie, he speaks Hungarian, not pidgin English.
You could come next night.
Stephanie, I don't think you're getting through. Look, come here a minute. Stephanie, this kid has a family, a mommy and a daddy. He doesn't live alone. He lives at home.
How do you know that?
Teenagers don't have apartments in Eastern Europe. They're probably uncles, aunts, and grandparents in the same living space. Peppy knows that.
She's a baby.
She's 20. You're 20. I'm 20. We're capable of making our own decisions.
But her mother.
Trust me, there have been more dangerous social experiments than Margot staying at the Hilton and Peppy sleeping in an armchair with 6.3 Hungarians per square foot of living space.
Time to break up the huddle, guys.
Hey, if you guys are splitting, we better get a rendezvous straight. What'd you say? Should we disguise ourselves as human beings and meet Margot at the Hilton? 9 a.m.?
Sounds great. We'll see you in the morning. Come on, Lajos, take me home.
If her mother finds out, my life will come to an abrupt end.
Does anyone care to join me at the Hilton?
No thanks. Steph and I will bed at the leper colony as usual.
See you both in the morning.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, looks like it's just you and me. Why don't you sit down?
From what I can tell, there's a bus we could catch down in Rocketsville.
But hey, cheer up. You look a little glum.
No matter what you say, it's dumb for us to split up. We've stayed together for 3 weeks, and it's been perfect, no problems.
Hey, tough guy. Want to know what I think? I think you're afraid to try it on your own.
Thanks a lot. It's a wonderful thing to say to a person.
Don't get all riled up. Just think about it.
Well, it's not true. I mean, what makes you say that?
Listen, I think I'm going to check out that embroidery shop we passed.
Well, let's hurry before it closes.
Oh, I just remembered. I need some film. You check out the embroidery, and I'll find a shop that sells film.
I can use some film, too.
Shoot!
What?
I think I left my sunglasses back at the theater museum. Get me 2 slides of film, okay? I can't be cool without my shades. Catch you back at the theater museum.
You'll never find the museum, Teresa. Come on, I'll show you.
Stephanie,
What?
I rest my case. You are afraid to spend a half hour alone.
I'm not afraid. I'm trying to help you out.
Whatever you say, if the shoe fits, wear it. Or as they say in Budapest, a rolling stone doth gather few moss. Now I'm going. The world won't collapse, though.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Is that it, Michelle?
Yeah.
Please come in. Come in. There's no sense in sitting out there at this uncomfortable height now that you've already climbed this far. Anyway, I saw you. Blast it. I'll turn on the light.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
There you are then. Things become more comfortable straight away the moment we can see one another. But you're an older man.
You expecting a younger one?
Sir, something of the sort. I thought, you imagine I'd be sleeping in another room. I understand. You could not have known that I would still be sitting at my desk in this time of the night.
No, people on bed at this time of night, sir.
In normal times.
Your wife?
Have no fear. My wife is dead.
Have you any children?
My son is in some concentration camp or another.
Daughter?
I have no daughter.
You write books. The room is full of them.
I am a writer.
Does anyone read the books you write?
They are read everywhere they are forbidden.
Where they're not?
They're hated.
You employ a secretary, male or female?
The wildest rumors must be going around the circles you travel in about the sort of money a writer makes.
So in other words, at this moment, no one else is in the flat.
I'm alone.
That is good. You need absolute quiet. You must understand that.
Of course.
You're meeting the situation with great self-control.
You express yourself with precision.
Nowadays, I have to do mainly with educated people.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you. I'll just perch against the desk, if that won't bother you.
Make yourself at home. May I offer you a drink? I bought it especially for you.
Thank you, but not till afterwards. I never drink beforehand. Keep my hand steady.
I can understand that. Only it means you'll have to help yourself. I bought it especially for you.
You knew you had been sentenced to death?
In this accursed country, everything has been condemned. Condemned to death. There's nothing left to do but to stare out the window at the boundless sky and wait.
For death?
For the assassin, for whom else? Sooner or later, the state would have to send a man to see me, if only to give me my death. Now, you have come.
The hangman.
With whom there's no point in talking.
Despise you.
Could ever respect you. The most despicable of the men.
You are not afraid?
No. How do you propose to carry out the execution?
In silence.
I understand. There are other families in the building to be considered.
I have a knife with me.
Surgically then, so to speak. Will it be painful?
It happens quickly, over in seconds.
Have you killed many people in this way before?
Yes, many.
I'm glad the state at least sends an expert, not a beginner. Is there anything special I must do for you?
If you'd be so good as to undo your collar. I'm really very sorry for you, sir.
I find the situation a bit regrettable myself.
Actually, you're all lucky it has to happen this way. At night, all quite private.
I feel honored.
Well, you write books.
Well,
Be off for freedom then.
just that.
They're off for freedom. The ones I have to kill.
But can an executioner know about freedom?
Nothing, sir.
Exactly. I am a little nervous.
Everyone has just a touch of fear.
Yes, a touch.
A man does not willingly give up his life.
When there is no justice left, he gives it up willingly enough. But then he wouldn't know anything of justice either.
No, sir.
You see, he never for a minute supposed anything to the contrary.
Justice is something you folks have on the outside, I think. Let them learn something from it if they can. Anyways, you always have an alternative. Here am I. Lived in prison for the last 25 years. It's only lately they've taken to send me outside, and at that only at night. Now and again I read a newspaper. Then I do catch something of the raging current of destiny. But where I am, everything stays the same. Always the same gray walls. Always the same cold damp running down them. Always the same walk down the long dark passage. Always the same figures being led towards me. and always the same hesitation as they first catch sight of me, and always the same stroke falls on the guilty and the innocent. Strike like a hatchet, no one asks.
After all, you are an executioner.
After all, I am an executioner.
What is the important thing to an executioner?
The way a man dies, sir.
The way a man is slaughtered, you mean?
There are considerable differences.
Tell me these differences.
It's more or less the art of dying you are asking about.
Seems to me the only art which we must master nowadays.
I know neither if it is possible to teach this art, nor how one learns it. I only know that some have it and some do not. That bunglers come along to me with great masters. Perhaps, sir, it all might be easier for me to understand if I understood human beings in general. Just what is it they're up to during all that length of time they spent before being brought to me? Just what it all means. Married, having children, doing business, sacrificing themselves for ideas or for one's country, striving after power, and all the other things they do. They must be good folk or bad folk, according to the background. But I don't know the whole truth about human beings, sir. I only know my truth.
Tell me about this hangman. It's true.
At first, I used to imagine all very simply. I was mentioning nothing more than a stupid brute. Then I thought to myself, life is everything a man has to lose. Other than life, nothing exists. It was for this very reason I'd become an executioner 25 years ago. I'd grown up like a wild animal then, and the court let me keep my life, demanding in return I become a hard-working hangman. I became an executioner the same way a man outside might become a baker or a general, in order to live. And it was just as much a life being an executioner. Was this not honestly reason?
Certainly.
Nothing seemed more natural to me than that a man should defend himself when he was about to die. Until I had his head on the block. This was how the wild men from the forest died, who had killed in a sudden rage. I understood them, and I loved them. I was one of them, don't you see? There was crime in their action and justice in my execution. They died a healthy death.
I understand you.
And then there were those who died in a different way, although sometimes it seemed it was all the same death. They treated me with contempt and died proudly, sir. Made fine speeches about freedom and justice, till it sent shivers down your spine. These men died like that, I suppose, because they believed they were right. Maybe they were. Now they were trying to show what a matter of indifference death was to them. They died in anger, and I struck in anger. Justice wasn't both of us, I think. They died an impressive death.
A fine death. I hope many are able to die like that these days.
It's the funny thing, sir. They don't die like that. Not anymore.
How is that, you wretch? Today, every man is a rebel who dies at your hands.
I think, too, that many would like to die in that way, sir.
A man is free to die in whatever way he likes.
In this case, sir, not anymore. It is a question of the necessary audience. Under the old governments, it was a different thing. Times have changed, sir.
Times have changed, and even the hangman realizes it.
It simply amazes me the things that go on in the world today.
The hangman is one of those things. I wanted to die like a hero. Now, here I am, with you, alone.
With me, alone, in the dead of the night.
And there's nothing left for me to do but to die, like a beast.
There is another way to die, sir.
Tell me then, how in our day and age can man die other than like a beast?
With humility, sir.
Your wisdom is worthy of an executioner. Today one should not be humble, man, nor should one die with humility. It is a virtue that in our time has become disreputable. With one's last breath, one should speak out against the crimes being committed against humanity.
That is the business of living. The business of dying is something different altogether.
The business of the dying is the same thing altogether. Here I am, at night, with you, alone, surrounded by my foes, waiting to be killed before daybreak. By you, contemptible creature, without charge, without trial, without a priest even, which every criminal is allowed, secretly, so that no one is allowed to know about it, not even those living in the same house. You're demanding humility from me? Criminals fight, you said. Well said, Hangman. I shall fight with you.
It is pointless to fight with me.
The fight with the hangman is the one fight left with point. That is what makes our age so vile.
You're moving over towards the window.
My death is not going to sink like a stone into this night. My struggle shall be heard.
Listen to me. There's a man here fighting his executioner. A man is being killed here, like a beast. Leave your beds and come and see the kind of country we are living in.
Aren't you going to stop me?
No.
I'll shout again.
Do.
Aren't you going to fight with me?
The fight will begin when I have my arms around you.
I see. The cat is playing with the mouse.
Help!
It's quiet out in the street.
Just as if I had not shouted.
No one is coming.
No one.
You can't hear anything, even in the house.
Not a stir.
Another shout.
No point.
Every night, someone like you shouts into the streets of this city, and no one helps him.
Tonight you die alone. Fear is too great.
Sir, why don't you have a drink?
Yes. Brandy does you good when you are getting ready for a fight. There you come.
You were in despair.
Spit brandy in your face and you stay calm. Nothing disturbs your self-control.
I must not die myself tonight, sir.
The hangman always stays alive. Till now I have fought with the weapons that are worthy of man. Weapons of the spirit. Now, here I am. At night, with you, alone.
If you'd be so kind, sir.
Forgive me for spitting the brandy out.
I understand.
You must be patient with me. Dying is altogether too difficult in art.
You've handed yourself over to me,
Yes.
like the humble.
Meaning?
Nothing is so hard to understand as the humble, sir. It takes a long time before one can even recognize us. At first, I always used to despise them, until I saw that they were the grand masters in the art of dying. At first, I thought it comes from fear, but it's precisely the humble who have no fear. At last, I thought I had found the secret, that the humble were the criminals who were accepting their death as a punishment. The only thing was that the innocent people died like this too. Cases where my own orders to kill were unjust.
I don't understand that.
I was confused by it too, sir. I could see clearly enough that a criminal might die humble, but that an innocent man could die like that too? That I couldn't make out. Yet die they did, as if no crime was being committed against them. As if their death was perfectly valid. My striking the blow had no sense.
Fools. They were fools. When a man is standing before the executioner, it is a matter of indifference what pose he strikes up. The game is lost.
I don't think so, sir.
Hangman, you are modest, but it is you who is the main victor these days. Who can escape you?
Your body I can take, sir. But the things you have fought for, over these, I have no control. That is what I have learned from the humble.
You learned something. Even from the innocent people you killed? A practical fellow.
I've not forgotten a single one of their deaths.
Then your memory must be gigantic.
I think of nothing else.
And what did they teach you? The innocent and the humble.
The things I can conquer, and the things that are unconquerable.
The power has its limits. Well, you hesitate?
As I said before, sir, your body I can take. But the things you have fought for, over these I have no control. In an hour of an unjust death, to be able to lay aside pride and fear is a victory far greater than any of the victories won by the men in power. The quiet sinking of the humble is nothing but a mockery in the eyes of the world.
platitudes. Nothing but platitudes.
Nowadays, platitudes are all there is, sir.
Another drink? No.
Well,
Shut the window.
the window is shut, sir.
I wanted to make noble speeches before my hangman. Now the assassin has said simple things to me. I fought for a better life on this earth, so that men should not be exploited like animals spanned before the plow. That there should be freedom, that men should not be as meek as subtle as serpents, but also as meek as doves. And finally, that men should not just die in some field of play, even at your bloody hands. Go on, hangman. I'll switch off the lamp. First, let Dale guide your hand.
As you wish, sir.
I have nothing more to say. It is time. Take the knife now.
Are you comfortable in my arms, sir?
Very. Strike.